Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Mr. Balaji Kassel. Welcome to Ideas Matter Most. So that we have seen that you have such a diverse career exposure, I would like to ask a question which might be an obvious question that you've come across, that you've transitioned from the corporate world to entrepreneurship with pro-focus value.
Right.
So could you please walk us through the key motivators that inspired you to get into the entrepreneurship?
Initially I started this in 22 Pro Focus Value, but before that, when I graduated from IIT Mumbai, in IIT there is a business incubation, and then I joined as one of the core team members, as an employee. I had some exposure there because from starting I had entrepreneurship in my blood, I can say. My grandfather was an entrepreneur, and that was giving motivation. And we done that startup company for 4.5 years, as it was telecom technology based, and we are one of the pioneers in designing hardware at that time. It was 2004 and 6, that duration. When in India there was a lacking of hardware design and softwares to be available. But we had done that and it gone. But after 4.5 years, we thought because it was more career grade and its competition was huge, and we winded off that. But that was our own learning. But after that, I shifted to the corporate job, and I was doing it. But that blood is always that spike was always there in my brain. I had to do something for myself. For the more impact I can do when I can control things, I can able to reach wider. That's why in 22 I exited my top position from the leading company in India. Then I started Pro Focus Value with the mission to help people to achieve their financial freedom, because I see that is one of the lacking field, and that is one of the important aspect in everyone's life, so they can achieve and they can take their life towards the dreams which they want to achieve in life. That was intention. And motivation, it is always there as an entrepreneurship. And why finance or investment? It is because of I see ignorance around everyone, around not only family, around people in my society, but across people, how the thinking of the money, managing the money, or handling or thinking about the money itself, right? How money is bad, money is not, many people are not good typically. That's the intention, but it's not like that. But I have to change that intention, and that's the whole idea here. And again, I have to use the stock market, which is again people think is short term and speculative, but it's not really. If your proper system process is there, you follow, it is really wealth building. The examples like Warren Buffett, who are built, there's one of the richest man in the world, and it's possible. That's the whole intention there.
Also, sir, you did not stop your transition to entrepreneurship. You also embarked your journey on becoming a writer as well. So, what were the inspirations that made you to be a writer?
Right. Another reason for starting writing, one of the is I like the reading books because I keep learning. I'm one of the life learner. I keep learning every day, and books have given immense things to me. And I built a community now, the Intelligent Investor Hub. Right. In the same series, I written the 3 books. One is the Intelligent Investor from Mistakes, because mistakes are immediate to happen in the investment as well as in the life also. But we have to learn from someone who is already done a lot of mistakes, like Warren Buffett, and leverage our learning and experience from that his shoulder, and we can grow further. That's the intention. Second book, again, Risk Mastery. Risk Mastery is very specialized, and I'm talking holistically, starting from a person, a business, management, and stock market price fluctuations. This is holistic because I haven't seen any, because I've written the books, but I haven't seen a book which is talking about it so holistically, as they are talking one or two factors, but not holistically. That is the intention to write specifically for stock market. And third was art of selling. People talk of buying, but actually if you see, the selling is more riskier and more challenging, and it is really help you to grow your wealth. If some business is growing very well, if you sell it very early stage, you're losing out the compounding and you're going out of that business. But if you keep with the business for 5 years, 10 years, it is really wealth builder. It is multiplies. I've seen myself multiplying 60 times, 80 times the capital. But if you sell something, I've done those mistakes at least stage of my life. Just want to keep capturing my book. That's intention. And I want to give the specific books or specific niche topics so people can learn and use them in the investment journey and wealth management journey. That's the intention.
So the financial literacy remains still low in most parts of the India. So what do you think is a systemic change that can help us in bringing the financial curriculum to the mainstream curriculum?
Yeah, that is one clearly we are lacking, which when I feel myself also experienced when in childhood. That's why I see maybe cultivating from the childhood at the family itself as one parameter, which is its individual issue challenge. And second is as a in main from the childhood or schools, we should start the course, right? The finance it should be compulsory subject, because if you see everyone's life, once you become after 5 years everything from daily we are handling money, but it's never been taught what is money, how it works, how you have to use it for your life and grow and further. But that is I see gap. That's the intention of the pro focus value, educate the people so that they can understand the right mindset, right behavior finance, and they can grow. Therefore I see they have to use from schooling purpose, and there should be some workshops or maybe educational from the lot of government agencies which are trying to do, but I don't see this should be happen in the scale. It should happen on the grassroots. I think those are really going to help people to become financially educated.
So that you mentioned about behavioral shift. So what do you think are the main behavioral mental shifts that needs to be incorporated at the individual level, at the personal level, to overcome all the financial difficulties or to secure the future financially?
Look, everything starts from mindset. Like, really, it's a very good quote. So someone said, everything is mindset. In finance also is a mindset. The way we think about the money itself, right? How we just spend some time. We sometimes meantime lose loans. But let me take one simple example. Someone goes and buys home. Okay, it is a people thinks asset. Not only a home, they buy cars or many. Nowadays they're buying tours to different countries or travels, etc. But they think they are doing something good, or even house buying on loan. I don't say it's called asset. That asset because you are going to pay the EMIs, you got stuck there, and you're going to be consuming it. You're going to stay. Unless otherwise, you are taking that home as asset and is going to getting some rent for you. Right? Asset is something which generating cash flow for you. Right? That is the basic definition of asset. It may be house, stock market, or maybe given gold or precious metals and all those. Therefore, we have to see right mindset. We have to think rightly. What is asset? What is going to come income for us? That will really help. That all mindset start from mindset only. Second comes the stories and numbers, because everyone has his own personal risk appetite, cash flows, and goals. Both based on that, they have to think what is the best suited for them. Therefore, we see in my course also, I start from mindset, and second is the clarity. Clarity, along with that, I make the personal finance statement for their asset, liability, and the cash flow, income, and liabilities. All these are help them to at least make the base foundation strong, and from there they can decide which asset they have to take and how to use to leverage for their own life. These are the basic which I think they should be knowing it, and that will really help them in life.
Different generations view financial freedom differently. How would your advice vary for millennials, Gen Z, or older generations in terms of their view? Because today Gen Zs are giving a lot of importance to their experience, that is how they are enjoying their life currently without giving much attention to their financial future. So how would your advice vary across the generations?
Look, I came from middle class. My dad, is a government servant, and I think I'm the one who moved out of. But he always used to advise put money in the FD, the salaries, all those standard. And I respect his advice. I understand from where he's coming. But I'm the only one maybe started moving from there to stock market, and I don't go stock market directly. For first initial couple of years, I went for mutual funds, but I understood how mutual funds are working and what value addition I can do if I go directly. That those things really matters, and it will make you grow your capital over the period of time. What is the question? Sorry, I forgot. General to advise, right? Sorry. Yeah. Therefore, look, my sincere advice to everyone here, particularly general, because younger generations, because the time is on their side, right? If it is a compounding equation, the time factor is not addition or multiplication, it is exponential factor, right? If you see, it is going to expand, exponentially grow over the period of time. Even if you see Warren Buffett, right, he is one of the richest men, he bought the stock at the age of 11, but he became the billionaire at the age of 56. But after that, everything, it has compounded, and he became one of the richest men, right? This still, as Einstein also clearly said, compounding is the eighth wonder of the world, right? It's true, but you have to only realize, and of course there is a lot of ups and downs will be there, but therefore you have to make your story or theme or framework very strong, which will sustain and believe in that, rather than getting the spikes or fluctuations in the stock market deviate your intention or your goals.
Speaking about ups and downs, of course, volatility is inevitable in the stock market. So, when we are looking at the current volatility in the global markets, how should a retail investor adjust their approach to equity investments to remain on track towards financial freedom?
Yeah. Okay. This is one of the volatility is a very interesting subject. People are really worried about the volatility, but I say volatility is the friend. Volatility is friend of the traders typically, but also is for investor, because volatility, what is happening in volatility, it may go down or up, right? Because market fluctuation, because all the multiple market participants, few are the speculators, few are the traders, or few are the investors. Everyone has its own participation and role to play in the market. And now fourth guy has come up, which is the artificial intelligence, the algo trading they call. It don't have emotions because it's pre-programmed. All these going to affect the market. Is going to fluctuations will be there, but in the fluctuations or the volatility, which is say people, it will help you to correct your mistakes. When market is going up, you might have realized over the period of time some mistakes you have done. You bought some wrong stock, for example. That is the opportunity you have to correct it, right? And when it is going down, at that time it will give you opportunity to buy more and more piece of the business, right? That is the intention, mindset that really help you to look at the volatility correctly. And if you are sure about your framework and thesis, and any volatility is only opportunity for you. I'll say at least I like volatility myself. Even if I'm an investor, I play dual role actually as a trading. Trading is for the cash generation, which I call very short time, few months to years, and investment is over the period of time, and that's actually compounding and wealth building. And therefore, these two roles help me. Volatility is my friend, and I think we have to think that your thesis is correct. Then you have to be, on the you'll enjoy the fruits of this whole period of time.
Right, sir. So, when we are addressing the investors or the aspiring investors, so what are the 3 top pieces of advice that you would suggest them to achieve financial freedom and secure their future financially?
Again, I'll go to back basic. First, bring the clarity. Clarity, when I say, is just where you are standing today, what is aspirations, what is your goals, what make you think is going to help you with the controlled risk or risk which you want to take, you want to expose to risk. That's one. And second is the mindset or behavior. You have to control, you have to be, everyone has a bias. I have my own biases, right? Everyone has his own biases, but first step you have to identify your own biases, and we have to work towards those biases. How those biases going to affect your behavior, how is going to, the problem with the behavior bias happens is unconscious. You never come to know how you are getting trapped in that, right? Because the way we look at the money is different way. Something you own at the price, you don't look at the same money which is hard earned, right? It's easy coming money, but money has a fungible, and that you have to look at those clearly. That comes with the right mindset. Greed, fear is there. Envy is not the bigger, I see, challenging, because people see a lot of people, as you also said clearly, tools, etc. They want to spend more and more, younger generation. But you have to see what is your, living within limit. I don't say don't fun. I do a lot of traveling. I enjoy. I like meeting people. I travel across. But still, I'll try to live in the within limits, my own capacity. And third, which I say is build your own framework of process which suits to you. Don't look at the neighbor or someone else what is doing, the buying, selling, or don't even what, because we don't know what next person is coming from, what is the intention, what he must understand, right? He or she. The point you have to see what is your thesis is correct. You build it, and it's going to not going to happen in day one. You have to see this is an evolving process. It will evolve over the period of time, and this once you make that evolution, it is only smooth journey. It is only you have to I'll see myself, putting on the auto mode. Everything go automatically. Only once a while I need to look at. I know what is happening and I see what the numbers are telling me. Right? These three things I see. One is the clarity, second is the mindset, and third is the own framework which automate. Right? That is whole intention. Because at the end of the day, what I say is what we taught from childhood is work for money. Right? Take this degree, do this job, or do this business to get money. But it's not that. I say you make money to work for you. Right? That is the ultimate financial freedom you're going to achieve. And it's possible nowadays. A lot of options are there, opportunities are there. At least India is really, I say golden. But that's one of the reasons I stay back, after IIT in India itself, because I see a lot of opportunities and many things can be done and beautifully, and I really enjoy. Thank you.
So my final question to you is about your mission, which is indeed inspirational, that empowering 1 million individuals to achieve financial freedom. So what are your plans in context to ProFocus value, as to how are you going to achieve that mission? Because you have explicitly mentioned before 2030 is what you are achieving to.
Right. Yeah. Thanks for the question and give me an opportunity to talk on that. The ProFocus value is, if you see the name itself, the Pro is a focus is there on value. Right? You have to focus on value. Everything is its own value, and under that I created one community, the Intelligent Investor Hub. Okay, the whole mission, the value system on which I'm working in that community as a community, which is lifetime membership there, is based on the three principles which I say. First principle is the freedom. Right? Everyone has a right to live their life freedomly. Right? You have to live freedomly. Money is important. You have to make sure the money is there always for you. You're working for you. For that you might generate multiple cash streams or passive incomes. One, that is the freedom. And second, I say is wealth. The wealth, again, you have to build multiple streams on that passive income, which is going to help you to build not only wealth for yourself, for your as a legacy. Right? And the third, I say, is a service or contribution. That is very close to me. That's one of the reasons for me. If you see, I don't need to work actually. Even if I still I love to be connect to the people and talk to people and help them in whichever manner possible. That is my way of giving back to the community. Right? That's the whole intention of this community, the Intelligent Investor Hub. Therefore, I kept it I made the life membership for that. Because people has to find a safe place where they can come, they can learn, not only learn, they master, and they can share their own ideas, and the safe place they can stay together as a community, and they are ready to share and evolve. This evolution process, everything. As a human also, we evolve over a period of time, right? And I hope this is going to evolve and help them to achieve the financial freedom for themselves, their family, and their society, and by large as a nation, right? Because nation is formed, so family is an individual, right? They satisfy their own job, what they're doing, and what their passion they're following, and the dreams they're achieving. And I hope India is going to become one of the happiest country and harmonious country. That's the whole intention there.
Thank you, sir. That was really insightful.
Thank you.